Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is NAKIE and this is Cook with NAKIE. On today's menu we're making empanada, or the Ghanaians will call it fried pie. Let's get started. I have here some eggs. I'm going to be making some hard-boiled eggs. I have here some 1 tomatoes and half onions. I'm going to be dicing this into small pieces, and I'm going to be adding it to the eggs, and I'm going to use that as my filling. So empanada is always filled with like ground beef or ground chicken. I've never seen one that is filled with what I'm doing. This is my own invention that I made, and trust me, I loved it. It was so simple and it was so good. Empanada is basically just fried pie. We Ghanaians will call it fried pie, but it is Spanish like food. Anytime I get it from the Spanish store. So yeah, that's what empanada is. So yeah, I'm just basically making fried pie or empanada, and I'm going to be using the empanada dish. So that's why I'm keep saying empanada, because I'm not making my own dough. I'm going to be using the already made empanada dish, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So I have my chopped onions and my chopped tomatoes ready, and my eggs also are ready. I'm going to take it out, add some cold water to it, and I'm going to peel off the skin from the eggs. So I cooked this eggs for about 15 to 20 minutes because I really wanted hard-boiled eggs. So yeah, if you're using this recipe, you want to make sure your eggs are really hard, because we're going to dice this one too. If it's not hard, it's going to be so like uncomfortable to cut it. Everything is going to like split everywhere. So make sure you make it hard-boiled. So give it more time when you're cooking the eggs. My eggs are ready now. I'm gonna be cutting this and dice them into smaller pieces. And look how hard this is. Please be careful. If you can wait for it to cool down, yes, I could handle this, so that's why I'm doing it. And I'm also taking the yolk off. I'm not dicing it with the yolk. If you prefer, you could do it, but I'm going to show you something that I did with the yolk later on. So this is how it looks. I took the yolk out, and I'm going to digest the egg white. Now my filling is ready. Yes, now let's put everything together. In a pan, I'm putting in some oil. Use any oil of your choice. And I'm going to saute the onions and the tomatoes for about like 1 to 2 minutes. Not too saggy, but just to give it some caramelization with the onions to make it a little bit sweeter. And that's it. We're going to add our tomatoes, and we're going to add our egg whites in a minute. So after my onions caramelize for about 1 to 2 minutes, I'm adding my chopped tomatoes, and my chopped tomatoes is not gonna take like this was like about like 30 seconds. Yeah, because the more I leave it in there, it's gonna bring out its own juices, and we don't want that. We're not making stew. So yeah, I'm adding my egg white at this point. This filling is really simple but really tasty. At this point, you could season it with any seasoning of your choice. I'm using edible all-purpose seasoning. So yeah, season with any seasoning of your choice. And that's it. It's looking really good. You could have this on its own without anything. Trust me, it tastes really good too. I have some of my yolk right here. I'm adding a little bit of water to it, and we're going to use this as our thickener. Yes, because you see how it's kind of like dry. We want to thicken up a little bit to bring everything together, because remember, we're going to use that as a filling. If it's dry, it's not going to look good after we fry it. We want to bring everything together, and that's it. And trust me, as soon as I put that yolk in there, the taste also was so different. It tastes so good. And that's it. Our filling is ready. I'm going to put this on the side, and now let's get to our dough. So this is the empanada decks that I was talking about. So easy to get from stores. You could get it from ShopRite, Walmart, most Spanish stores, or even most Asian stores. And it's so easy to like make your empanada. All you need is your dough, you get your filling, and that's it. You're ready to go. If you're not comfortable with it, you can make your own dough. I was not ready to make that, and this was easy, like an easy recipe to go if you want some quick empanada to eat. Remember, this is in the frozen aisle, so when you buy this, you want to make sure you give it some time to thaw. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to get this, always check the frozen aisle in your local grocery store. All we need to do right now is put in our egg filling, and we are ready to fry. So one thing about this dough is it's a little bit softer after it's thawed. It's not like your regular meat pie, like the Ghanaian meat pie. So you want to really close it really well. Otherwise, when you put in the oil, all that filling is gonna come out. So that's why I'm doing it this way, to make sure everything is well closed and sealed before I put it in the oil. You could use a knife if you prefer to seal it, but I prefer the hand because I feel like I'm able to close it really well, because I don't want to leave any space for the filling to come out. So hey, do whatever you feel is comfortable for you. And now we are ready to fry our empanada. Make sure your oil is hot enough but not too hot so that it will not burn, okay? Also, one thing about empanada is it doesn't take long to fry when you use the discs, and do not overcrowd it. So when you put it in it, make sure you want to keep turning a little bit because it fries so quick. This fry for about 3 to 4 minutes. Yes, it doesn't take long to fry, so make sure you keep checking it, otherwise you're gonna burn it. And as soon as you put it in the oil, you could see, yeah, it changes. That crispiness, yeah, from the dough, you could tell right away, right? And trust me, yeah, this was exactly about 3 to 4 minutes, and that's it. Always make sure you keep checking. You can't leave this unattended. It's going to burn so quick. And our empanada is ready. Look how good this is. It looks really crispy, and it is crispy. One thing about that dough is, yeah, I don't know how they make it, but as soon as you put in the oil, you see all these bubbles tells you it is so crunchy, and it tastes so good. And look at the close-up. Yep, this is how it looks. I'm gonna break into it for you to see. It was so hot, so I needed to get like a paper towel. And look at the inside. Get ready. Yes, the inside is still intact. Yep, so good. Yep, if you're not in the mood for chicken, for ground beef, go for this recipe, and trust me, you're gonna love it. You could omit the eggs if you don't like it. Just add any vegetable that you prefer. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this recipe. I hope you love it. Please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up if you love it. Until I come your way next time, this is Cook with NAKIE. Be good to yourself, be good to everyone. Goes a long way.